Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello everyone, and here are your FET news for this week. Join host Andrew Fretz every Thursday for Fretz Education Thoughts, where he discusses his own opinions and thoughts about the topics on Future Educators Talk and what's happening around the world. Follow and subscribe to my own podcast, Damien Talks Education, everywhere you stream your podcast at. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. New episodes of Future Educators Talk drops on Thursdays. So follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Follow Future Educators Talk on social media. You can go to facebook.com/Future Educators Talk and like our page. On Instagram at Future Educators Talk, and on Twitter at Future Ed Talk. So follow our podcast. And follow your host of Future Educators Talk on social media. You can follow me, Damien Anderson, on Instagram at @DamionAnderson, and on Twitter at _Damien Anderson. You can follow Andrew Fret on Instagram at It's Andrew Fret, and on Twitter at Darren_Fret. And you can follow KJ Johnson II on Instagram and Twitter at KJ Johnson II. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our video version episodes that we upload. Also, you can now listen to past episodes of our show on YouTube and on all the podcast platforms that we are located on. Now sit back and relax because a new episode of Future Educators Talk is starting now. So I have some news to share. I know this is not, I'm trying to search it up, you guys. I know this is not, this is Future Educators Talk, but this is a project that we're doing on here. And I just want to make just some quick announcements because since you are here, Andrew, because now you are taking a break from the podcast, and me and KJ, we're doing upcoming episodes for it. So first off, probably some of you guys are wondering why KJ is not doing these math sessions with us. It's because before that he even joined this podcast here, this was like in the works before he even joined the podcast, I believe. So that's why he's not joining these math sessions with us, because this was a project that we came up with. And so KJ is not here with these math sessions. Who knows? He may possibly join us later on. Who knows? But I just want to, because I know probably some of you guys and to our listeners, why we haven't been seeing KJ a lot lately, and that's why, because, and then also he's a busy man. He works a lot. He does a lot of great things as we are doing. And with his schedule, I don't personally, for me, I don't want to mess up his schedule that he heard that he has already has it and try to change it up. We know how it's like of changing up, schedules of when we do episodes, when we record episodes for this podcast. And we have to change up our whole entire schedule. It's not just that one particular schedule, we have to change up the whole schedule. So that's why KJ is not here with us. Did you want to say something about that? I just wanted to say that I should have mentioned that at the beginning when we first started this.
Yeah, so I also want to add something to that as well. When we mentioned that we were doing the math visual lesson, he actually came up with the idea of, if I can go back to the messages that we had. Because this was like what, back in August.
Mm-hmm. I remember it was like something about that he wanted us to try to do something. I remember that part of it. Y'all just bear with us as we try to find it shortly.
Okay, so, and I quote, this is from KJ, and I quote, "Question, Damien, I saw that you were doing a math workshop via Zoom. Have y'all thought about doing a college 101 workshop for high school and avid students who want to pursue post-secondary education?" End quote. So, so basically, he likes the idea of doing like we're doing, but he wants to do like a high school workshop, college 101 workshop, which is kind of funny because Damian and him are in college. I am not. Well, I'm trying to get in college, so I probably know a little bit of stuff, but not a whole lot. But I like the idea of that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to the freshmen, actually to the eighth graders, actually, I will post this again on our Twitter page or our something. But last year or a couple of years ago, I wrote out an article called Freshman 101. And it's basically an article where I talked about my freshman year of high school. So the rumors of seniors beating up freshmen, that's false. That is false. Okay. Because I think that's what every question that freshman has is seniors. That they're afraid of seniors. As long as you have that friend group, have that group of friends with you, you could go on to be all right in high school. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trust me.
Mm-hmm. If you have that group of friends that you guys that they trust, that you trust with them, and they really care about your success. See, that's an example of positive people in your life there, that they will uplift you and motivate you to do great things in life. They will push you harder each and every day. As to where negative people, they don't care. They will talk trash behind your back when you're not looking. They will not motivate.
Uh-huh.
They will not motivate you. They will tear you down. And you don't
That's
need.
where drama starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's drama start,
Mm-hmm.
and
That.
start seeing more people in ISS or ASO. That's where you see people getting suspended from schools. This is why you got so many people. You got some people got lunch detention. Some of them got suspended from school
Mm-hmm. Because of people like that there.
they're not supporting them. They're not
No.
uplifting them. It's like, no, they took a wrong path.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. You guys do not need those type of people in your life. You need positive people in your life, into your circle. In your life, you guys. Throughout why you are on this earth. That is the purpose. I don't want to get into this, but I'm going to say it. We need to be kind to each other and stop with the hatred and mess. What is it? What is it going to get for us to plug into our minds that we cannot do this to people? They are human beings, and we're doing this to them. Why? Why are we doing this toward each other? I don't understand why we're doing this. It's not right. Right now in this world, you guys, there's destruction that's happening with racism. The president, lots more. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to repeat what Ellen DeGeneres says. Be kind to one another. And that should be every day of your life, not just one particular day of the week.
No, every day. Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Saturday, 7 days a week, 365 days, 24 hours.
I just don't understand why people on Mondays, when they're greeting people and stuff, they're talking good about them, just all happy and smiling, encouraging them. And then the very next day on Tuesday, they're talking back about him, talking trash about that person, not trying to, they're just, why do this, talking hatred to them? Why?
Were you just you yesterday paying for somebody's meal and now you want to talk bad about that person? I think not. Nope. I want to recognize this gym teacher, though he's a TikTok teacher on TikTok, Mr. Pyre. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I do apologize, but he is a gym teacher at Pound Hollow Middle School, right here where I'm at in North Carolina. And I saw a post of him. I think he went to a drive-through, and he paid. I think he paid for somebody's meal, or he gave a tip to the drive-through cashier. I might have to do my research and share that video, but that is an example of kindness right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching the Tammy Hall show earlier today around about 1 o'clock, where she talked about the mask. You got mask versus anti-mask, and I didn't watch the full. I didn't watch the full episode, but she brought on the guest where that viral video where she went to a Starbucks and the barista denied her service because she didn't follow basically the rules, but she claimed that she has a medical condition.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't, because it's simple. Cursing coming in just a second. Wear a damn mask.
Mm-hmm. 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 It is not that simple. I mean, it's not that hard, excuse me.
It's not that hard.
Wear it. This right here, if we all wear it, it could save lives. It could have saved the 200,000 people that died from this virus. If we all just have worn a mask.
But you have a medical condition that that prevents you wearing a mask.
What kind of mask is that?
So you're saying that you're
seriously, what kind of a mask is that?
Oh yeah,
I never heard.
Like, what type of exemption is that? Like, are you? What do you? I understand that you can't breathe. I understand that you can't. I understand, but please wear a damn mask. Period. Because what if one of your family members died from coronavirus? What if your husband died from coronavirus because he didn't wear the damn mask? What if your children died of coronavirus? Because you didn't wear a mask. You didn't follow the guidelines. It's your fault.
It's on you.
Oh, take it off. Oh, take it off. That Florida, Florida anti-maskers invaded Target. Take it off. You don't need it anymore. I bet you that some of those people got the virus because of that. Because they didn't follow the guidelines. Again, I'll be talking about this still on Fred about education, because even though it's not an education topic, but it needs to be heard. It's uncomfortable, but it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard.
Exactly.
Because this is getting out of hand.
It really is. It really is.
Like, is it bothering you? Are you that?
And it didn't have to get this bad in the first place. It really didn't. If furs are supposed to be president, he had told us of what we need to do, but he didn't. He failed us on that. And second, if we just follow the guidelines of what the CDC, the WHO organization, of what they are telling us to do. Wear your mask. Wear it. It saves
for
lives.
everybody's safety.
Yes.
Everybody's safety.
We could have not lost those 200,000 Americans. We couldn't.
Because you don't want to wear a mask. Girl, bye. Hey, look. I mean, you do you. You do you. But wear a mask. Please. Thank you.
Next up, my other announcement that I have a new podcast coming out next year called Let's Talk Race with Damien, where I am starting out the conversations at my age. At this age that I am, and I am having these conversations with you all about race, racism, inequality, Black Lives Matter movement, protests, etc. At the age that I am, at this young age, it did not have to get to this far to where now everyone is starting to talk about it. Why now? That's the question that I have for all of you. Why now? Why did you wait now? After George Floyd's death? Why? That's my question.
Why? It doesn't need to be. So
I don't get it. I really don't.
I don't. But powerful podcast coming of January of 2021. In case you did not see the video, I did a little promo of both podcasts. The miniseries Let's Fret About Education Season 3 will premiere in July of 2021. So 2 powerful podcasts coming in 2021 at a new location. I will not be where I'm at right now, but I will be somewhere else for Season 3. Think Damien knows. I'm not sure. I don't know if he knows. Okay, he's shaking his head. Yes, so he knows. Just want to get that confirmation because you're just saying your head, so I wasn't sure if you know already. But yes, I'm at a new location next year. That's where I'm gonna start pumping those episodes out. Like I said earlier, that episode where we were talking about anti-mask versus masks, I'm gonna have to rename that episode right there. Will premiere on Friday, October 16th. So to give you a little sneak peek, I make sure you get a Future Ed Talk Twitter page. I did a sneak peek of the season 2 premiere with you might know this person, with a surprising guest. So make sure you tune in on October 12th. Make sure you tune in.
Yes. And then also, you guys, my own podcast, Damien Talks Education, is coming to an end, with season 1 in October the 9th, I believe, the season 1 finale. And then season 2 will premiere in November, and that will be the last season of that because I'm moving shift. I'm really focusing on this podcast here, Future Educators Talk, and then my new podcast, I'm focusing on those new 2 things there. So that is coming to an end. Season 2 will be the last season, which will premiere in November with some amazing guests that I have on. I got some amazing guests coming on for season 2, and I can't wait. I really can't wait for it. And then also, after Damien Talks Education ends, I will still be doing episodes for it, but it's going to be a little different. it's going to be a little different. I'll keep you guys updated of that.
Also, you was in a show today, so let's talk about that, shall we? Now, please note, almost a year. Actually, let me. I'm gonna let him talk first, and I'm gonna add something at the end because I did similar thing too. But I'm gonna let him go ahead.
How should I begin this? Well, since the new season starts of this, and I've been, really researching this here, that you guys, I really want to be a part of a talk show, like to actually be on it, because I'll want to like experience that, because one day, and it is going to happen, trust me, Future Educators Talk will turn into a talk show. It will happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me on that. But anyways, I always wanted to be on a talk show, just to experience it, because I have some ideas of what we could possibly do. So today, you guys, I was on the Tamron Hall show for the very first time, but it was different. I wasn't actually in studio, because they're not allowing studio audience to with the situation they were all in. So it was virtual. In these talk shows, they're doing virtual audience. So I got to experience the Tamron Hall show today, of what she discussed on today's episode, which is a powerful episode. You guys need to check it out, of the topic that she discussed. I'm so glad I was to be a part of that conversation there. So yes, I was on the Tamron Hall show today, and I don't know, you guys, if you guys saw me or not, because I tried to see was my picture was I was on camera, but I don't know. I will have to rewatch the episode to see. But yes, I was on the Tamron Hall show today, and I'm going to be back on again. I'm going to be back on many of times that they are doing the virtual audience, because first off, I love her. I love that she created this and start having, these conversations. Her purpose is let's talk about it, and she talks about everything that we all need to start having conversations about. So I'm glad I got to experience it and see how it feels like to possibly when we do it. So, yeah, I just had to share out that news out.
Yeah. Wow. Which is interesting because, how long ago was it? I do not remember. How long was it?
It was sometime last year.
Sometime last year, I would say. I gotta research. Hold on. It has to be sometime last year. It has to be.
Yeah, because it wasn't this year. It was last year.
Let me find the actual date. All right, so yeah, so December 3rd of 2019, so it was last year. I too was on the Tamron Hall show as well. Of course, my experience on there was a lot different from Damien's experience, but we both experienced. We both was on separate on the Tamron Hall show. I never thought in a million years that I would be in a, be part of a talk show. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you,
it's mind blowing.
It's just mind blowing, and I think that's why that's why I want Future Educators Talk to be like a talk show. Or like The Talk, or kind of like The View. Because like Tamara Hall said, everybody has a story, so let's talk about it. And I think that's kind of why we started. Actually, this is kind of why we started this podcast. If it wasn't for her,
I would not be
we
here.
We wouldn't create this podcast, to be honest with you.
No.
So we actually want to thank Tamara Hall for inspiring us to create this podcast and to be on her show. It may be a different, him today, but mine was last year. But for us to experience, to be on the show it's just spectacular. It's come to show of why we want to do this podcast. It's why we want to see this as a talk show.
Absolutely. So, and I feel that you guys, we talk about topics that no educators wants to talk about each week. And I feel like that we can do better of this instead of doing it, every Thursday of each week, that this should be like an everyday kind of a thing of talking about these, having these conversations, educators, and not just educators, everyone, whoever, because it starts with you first. If you want change to happen, it starts with you first, of talking about it. Because if you don't talk about it, no change is going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. So I feel like that once we turn this into a talk show, obviously we will reach even more people. And I feel like that once we have reached that mark, that they will see us that, oh, they're serious. They're really serious of wanting educators and everyone around the world to talk about topics. So that's all I have to say there. I feel like it is going to happen. It is. We just need to contact, the right people. And once we did that, we're on board.
All sad. It's all sad. Theme song, studio.
Oh my gosh.
Wardrobe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then with recording shows back to back, oh, that's gonna be a lot of work for us.
And then special guests coming to go, y'all.
It's gonna be.
I really want this to be a. I really want this to be a show.
Me too. Can't wait for it to happen.
But again, we just need to contact the right people.
Yeah.
Of course, money's going to be involved, of course, because how else are you going to turn this thing into reality? And then also, not only that, but we also have to figure out where it's going to be headquartered.
Yeah.
Where the study going to be? So.
It's going to happen, people. It's going to happen. Trust us. It's going to happen.
If we need well, we can't do it now because we're still young,
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
still
no,
young,
I don't think. Well, I don't know. Has there ever been a young talk show host like for us at this age here? I don't know. I probably need to research that up. But if not, then if we did it now, we will be the
but ooh,
first.
we're making history.
Yes, we will go viral for this.
History. Oh,
Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I honestly, at our age, I mean, I know there has been some young talk show hosts in their 20s and uh, early 30s, but I don't know at our
so right
age.
now, as it stands right now, you may not know her, but Kiki Palmer is the
Yeah.
youngest talk show host. She is. Oh, she is. No, I don't want that. So she is 27.
Yeah.
So as it stands right now, it is Kiki Palmer, and she is only 27. Um, we could we could break that record. We could.
Mm-hmm. We I don't know, but
I was about to say if we need to create a GoFundMe page just to just to start, I'm so bad. But
please.
again, we have to talk to the right people. We have to, spread the word and everything like that. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Um. Well, that's all I had to announce. I believe, yeah, that's all I had to announce there um, from me. Oh, and then, of course, our listeners, I have a very special announcement at the end of season 4 of Future Educators Talk. So look out for that special announcement at the end of this season. Um, that's all I'm going to say there. That's all I'm going to say.
So, I want to add something too as
Yeah,
well.
go ahead.
I will be back in episode 18 because I'm doing this podcast part time. Because I know many of you wondering why he's still on the podcast. I thought he'd doing this podcast part time. Well, yeah, I won't be back till episode 18. So,
Yep. Yep. And
yeah.
KJ, you guys, he will be, I promise you guys, he will be back of doing episodes with us, well, with me, for now, in about 2 weeks, probably in 2 more weeks, if I'm not mistaken, because we have recorded episodes together, so he will be back on in 2 more weeks. Probably, it's episode 10. It's episode 10. So next week, it's next week. It's next week because this week's episode is part 2 of our building relationship episode.
That was a
And
good episode. Yeah.
yes, you guys. That episode is a 2-hour episode, so we had to split it
Break it down.
into an hour episode because we do not want you guys to be listening for us for 2 hours. I mean, an hour is enough. Okay, an hour is enough for you guys. Trust us. You do not want to be listening for us for 2 to 3 hours. I don't want to listen to myself past that time. So, mm-mm.
All right. Well,